Alright guys, today we're going to be making an Osquinn type beat. I'm thinking somewhere in the vein of A Love Letter to Colgan High School. I'm going to give you guys a quick preview, and then we can start breaking it down. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to start working on was a very simple, kind of playful, really lighthearted melody. I used a bipole harmonic and a crush web set to these wave positions, and it gave me a pretty nice sound. Added reverb, delay, and compression, and I made the decay rate and sustain like this. So I basically just made a nice little pluck sound. From there, I actually printed the melody out, reversed it, faded it out, and set it an octave below, so that would sound like this. And together, immediately after that, I wanted to start working on the kicks. So I started doing kick and an open hat sort of pattern together, and that looks like this. We have a kick on the one, some offbeat kicks here, and a sort of just kind of very syncopated, bouncy sort of hat system. Same thing I did with the closed hats. I had a lot of bounce in them right here, so I wanted to go and leave a lot of space for the claps. And then I added a sort of ride fill, a really thin, tinny ride fill at the end of every 2 bars, I believe, or 4 bars. And I did a similar thing with a white noise stutter that I made. And together it sounds like this. Finally, I added this sort of bouncy snare. And with the 808, this is what that sounded like. And I did a very, very basic 808 pattern. Only 2 notes. Just something to keep the rhythm going. One single slide note here up to G, so up to the 5th. Keeps it a little brighter that way. For the intro, I added a fab filter to the mastering track. Simply a high pass, I believe. And for the structure, I decided to have a early bridge, which adds the later melody in, which is going to sound like this. We have a riser and a deriser right here. for the hook area, or the next section, I simply lowered the bass down an octave, keeping almost everything the same. The second half of it, I'm adding in an extra layer to the melody that sounds like this. And occasionally I am removing things. Right here I'm removing the hats, the closed hats, and the kick. Or the open hats and the kick, sorry about that. Then we're immediately having them come in right here. But my favorite part is right here during the bridge. I have this little effect right here. This right here. And then this 808 fill, which, you know, I've cut out the melody and everything for just this one part. Right before the verse sort of kicks in, or whatever you want this to be. From there, though, it's pretty basic, sort of I don't really like to do fade outs, so I take one bit at a time out instead. Yeah, and I just like to do like a sort of hard end, typically. Now, on the mixing and mastering side, it's all very simple. Alright, for the 808, I'm just putting a limiter on it. Nothing fancy, nothing to worry about. It's going to look like this when it's playing. Literally, most of the time, barely does anything. It's just to make sure that when I'm mixing everything, it doesn't clip like crazy, because that's a big problem with 808s. And some people like the clipping sound. I'm not necessarily a fan. A lot of limiters on things. Alright, so I found it. This right here is just the stutter hit, which sounds a little weaker without it, but it's just taking out all of the high end, adding a lot of low mid distortion. Other than that, I keep my mixing very simple, and I stick with basically just clear master RMS. Sometimes I'll make the bass a little bit more mono. Other than that, though, I keep the mixing very simple. But altogether, this is what it's going to end up sounding like. If you guys have any more artist requests, please feel free to comment down below. I'd be happy to put the research in and make any sort of beats that you guys want to hear. Thank you guys very much.